welcome to another Gundam Custom session. So today I saw in one of the posts that I posted on the progress that I'm doing on the current whip that I'd been using Maskol, and you can see it in the photos, and one of the members within the group asked me what is the Maskol like. So I'm going to do a small tutorial vid on the Humbrol Maskol. Now the Humbrol Maskol is a latex mask, so unlike your Tamiya, which is the Tamiya tape, for one, this is, like I said, latex, which is a rubber. The bonus to this is it doesn't dry and it doesn't have any adhesiveness to it, should I say. Whereas the Tamiya masking tape does. Not only that, is you're limited to where you can put your Tamiya masking tape. So for a small part like this, which I need to detail up anyway, because I've done the gold and the gunmetal down at the bottom and in the centre there. The gold, I want to keep the gold before I put another coat of stainless steel over the top to get rid of the spray where I've sprayed within those areas. So with the Humbrol Maskol, all I do is just dab within the areas, which I'll show you in a minute. And it goes on pinky purple colour and then dries a clear purple colour. And like I said, for detailing it's very, very good. On the other hand though, you do need quite a steady hand to do it, otherwise you end up with the Maskol going everywhere. For instance, I've just recently done this piece, and as you can see I've got the hot metal red and the chrome. Now if I try to do it with the Tamiya masking tape, not only would I have to cut the masking tape to size, but without any gloss coat over the top or any protective coat over the top, what it does is, if you've been using alclads, it peels out, the Tamiya masking tape peels away the alclad, which is not the effect or what you want. It means more work and you've got to redo everything. And like I said, the Humbrol Maskol does not dry with any adhesiveness to it, so you can just peel it straight off and it doesn't take any of the paint. And I'll give you a quick run through, talk through of how I did this particular piece. And this is the top half of the shield. So first of all, I did my black gloss base, which is the alclad. Left that to dry for 24 hours. I prefer to leave it for 24 hours, even though it says on the actual bottle 30 minutes between each coat. I find that if you leave it to set, the longer the better. After it dried, I then did the whole piece here in chrome. Left the chrome to dry for about half an hour, because the alclad paints themselves only take 5 to 10 minutes to dry. But give it 20 minutes, ready for the Maskol. I then used the Maskol on the bits that are still chrome, as you can see. The Maskol, depending on the amount you put on, can take anywhere between 10 to 30 minutes to dry. So I'd left it a good 30 minutes to dry, and then went back over the chrome that was still showing with my Tamiya clear red. Again, leaving that to dry, I then came back and peeled off the masking, and it left me without effect, as you can see. So, and that's all the way around on that particular part. So, works really, really well. And just to give you a quick demonstration to use it, you don't need much to apply this stuff. Paintbrush. Now what I've done is I've cut my paintbrush down to give me a bit of better precision with that particular paintbrush. For doing bigger, wider areas and need more coverage, I use a flat brush. And if I need to get into anywhere really, really small, I simply use a toothpick. But be very, very gentle with the toothpick because you don't want to scratch the paint underneath. Also, when applying this stuff, if you are doing small areas and small parts that you want the detail to come through on, it helps to have a really steady hand. So, all I'm going to do is simply give my paintbrush a dip, get rid of some of the excess, and this is going to be a little bit tricky for me because I'm coming in at an angle so you can see it on camera, but all I'm doing, I've got a bit more on than that. All I'm doing, hang on a second, do apologise, and try again, give the paintbrush a quick wipe. So all I'm going to do is simply put it in like so, and there we have it. As simple as that. For the bottom, obviously I'm doing a slightly bigger area, but because I still want to keep as much detail as possible, I'm going to stick with the small brush. And all that means is I'm just doing wipes along like so. And plenty on. Now, if you're applying, or if you, let's say I'd start from the bottom and come in to the middle, what you also want to be careful for is if some of this is dried and you're coming back in, you don't want to peel it away. So ideally you want to stick around the areas that are wet and work your way to the bits that you haven't done, or the areas that you haven't covered yet. Like I said, obviously the more you apply, the longer it can take to dry, but it doesn't tend to take longer than 30 minutes. So everything's covered, and there we have it. Quick, simple do. You can see what I've done before, and that's the colour it dries, a dark purpley colour. I think it depends on the colour that you've got underneath. Sometimes it can be quite hard to see, especially if you're going over chrome and you've only got a thin layer on. But that is simply all there is to the Humbrol Maskol. Once that's done, once I've finished it off, and then once they're dry, I can quite happily spray over that, and then all you come in and do is, if I just get my toothpick, again being careful you don't scratch the paint underneath, it can be quite tricky to come off sometimes, but once you get it, it just simply peels away. Sometimes a pair of tweezers can actually help. And then there you have it. And as you can see, it hasn't taken any of my paint away. And that, everyone, is how you use and apply the Humbrol Maskol. Hope everyone enjoys this tutorial, and I hope to see you all again soon. Try for now. Bye.